Sup, bro?
Sup, bro?
And welcome everybody to the show. This is Pelicos with the Bros. My name is Adrian.
My name is Ivan.
And Pelicos with the Bros is a show where me and my brother Ivan discuss a movie every week. We discuss a new movie. Ivan, what's the movie of the week?
Dungeons and Dragons. Honor Among Thieves.
Yes, it is. And look at the camera when you say that. But don't say it again.
Next time.
But before we get into that, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Like I said, this is a podcast where me and my brother Ivan talk about movies. Every week we talk about a new movie. So if you're into that kind of thing, we're on YouTube. Look us up, Pelicos with the Bros, if you're not already there. Hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Say hi. Say hello. Say something that some feedback. I don't know. But I'm sure you're going to love it. So hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. It really helps with our algorithms to massage those things. You know what I mean? And we're also a podcast. So look us up wherever you listen to your podcast. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spreaker, Deezer, iHeartRadio, Spotify, SoundCloud. Do you use SoundCloud still?
Come on. Be real.
Shout out to Be Real from the infamous hip-hop group. I'm prolonging it because I don't know. Cypress Hill.
Garbage.
Insane in the membrane.
Insane in the brain.
See, you know it. Don't act like you don't know it. Lastly, before you leave, before you do anything, let us know what you think about Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. Leave that in the comments below. Now, Ivan, let's take a roll of the dice as we embark on a quest to steal some booty, resurrect our true love, and defeat the evil red wizard army. Shout out to Trump. Ivan, the movie is Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves, written by Jonathan Goldstein, John Francis Daly, and Michael Giglio, and it's directed by another directing duo, Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daly. Have you ever heard of these guys?
No.
Well, we'll get into them in a bit. The premise of this movie, Edgin was living a peaceful and meaningful life with his wife and newborn as a harper, basically a cop, until his greed got the better of him, leading him to the tragic death of his wife. He is pulled out of depression by a tough yet sweet barbarian called Holga, who helps him raise his daughter. Edgin and Holga create a band of thieves with a low-level sorcerer called Simon, or Simon, for short, and a rogue named Forge. Edgin is content but not satisfied with his life, as he longs for his wife, and in a quest to resurrect her from the dead, he might lose all that he has to live for. With a cast of Chris Pine as Edgin Darvis, Michelle Rodriguez as Holga, Reggae Jean Page, said that right, as Zenk Yendar, Justice Smith as Simon Amor, Sophia Lillis as Doric, Hugh Grant, shout out to Hugh Grant as Forge, Chloe Coleman as Kira, and Daisy Head as Sophina. What a last name, Head. No, thank you. Ivan, this movie is directed by Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daly. You ready for this?
Yes.
Goldstein.
Jewish.
We'll be back next time. I'll play Goes with the Bros. Jonathan Goldstein, Ivan, he's started off as a sitcom writer.
Okay.
Like in the late 90s, early 2000s. Think about that, okay? Now, imagine this guy being a sitcom writer and him meeting a child actor called John Francis Daly. He's like, this child actor, he's kind of a cool guy.
Mm-hmm.
And this John Francis Daly fellow, you might know him from Freaks and Geeks, the cult TV show classic. Or maybe I misworded that. But he met this guy, John Francis Daly, as a tweener. 13 years old. He's like, this guy's pretty cool. In 2007, they ended up writing their first script together. Their age difference at that time was 22 and 38. So they're just like long lost buddies from a different age.
Right.
And since then, they've made some films. They wrote in some films. They've been part of Horrible Bosses. Have you heard of The Incredible Burt Wonderstone?
Yes.
Watched it?
No.
Smart man. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. They wrote all those movies.
Wow.
They did what is it called when you revitalize a movie franchise? What is it called?
Sell out?
Dun, dun, dun. What is it called when you like
I don't know.
when you like it's 20 years since they last made a new one. It's like
I don't remember.
you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So they did that with
Yeah, yeah.
National Lampoon's something
Yeah,
Vacation,
yeah.
and they made a movie called Vacation.
Yes.
That was their first movie they directed, and they wrote that movie too. Part of Spider-Man: Homecoming, they directed Game Night, and now they have this movie, Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. And before this, they were on the Flash movie. They were gonna direct the Flash movie, but they left because of creative differences, which is interesting. My question to you is,
Yeah.
it's a kind of interesting story, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're basically a 40-year-old you meet, or you're a 30-year-old you meet like a little kid, and he's like ends up being one of your best friends and future directing partners.
Yes.
And they make this movie. I don't know anything about them other than that. Like, I haven't seen any other movies. Did you see Vacation?
I know these movies, but I don't.
Yeah,
watch
they're
them.
like names out there,
Yeah.
right? God, what's going
Seen
on?
Cloudy. That one's a good movie.
Cloudy 2?
They did too.
Yeah, they did. They didn't make one.
Ah.
But it says something that they were given this movie, that they've made other big, like relatively big movies, and that they were gonna make The Flash if they had their druthers, right?
Mhm.
They must have talent.
Yes.
Okay, that's
We
good.
can agree on something.
Yeah, thank you. Ivan, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
What do you know about the game, the myth, the legend of Dungeons and Dragons? Already exhausted.
First off, great question.
Thank you.
As always, you're a troubadour.
I try to become a maven of many things, but I've only become a maven of one thing, and that is interviewer.
That much I can tell. That much I can tell.
Ivan.
What?
I love you, but you
All
are not a serious person.
Oh, no. You Logan Royed me?
Okay, go.
What was the question?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh.
What's your history on Dungeons and Dragons? Give me a little synopsis on that bad boy.
First off, great question. I don't know too much about it. I mean, I know the very. I have a very thin framework of how it works.
Okay.
Like, I know the dungeon master makes like a plot line or like a quest.
Okay.
Like, it's like a writer basically, and he writes it, or she, or they. You never know these days.
I don't. Don't be political, Ivan.
Oh.
I don't have any history. I don't have any knowledge of Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh.
So what you're telling me is like,
No.
yeah.
Oh.
So don't try to like teach people how to play on air
Oh.
because people might quit.
Right.
But have you ever played?
No.
Did you ever want to play?
It would have to be with a very specific group of people that I like am very good friends with. Like, I couldn't do that. Like, if someone at work's like, we got a group going, like, I don't know you at all.
Oh,
really.
come on. Why not? Oh, because like you have to act and stuff?
That, and it's like a commitment.
True.
Like, you're there depending on how long they made the story. It could be like,
True.
it could range from like an hour to like weeks, months, as
Years.
much as they want. If they want that. I don't want that.
I tried to play once with my homies, and no one knew how to play. So when we started playing, we were just like reading a book.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is boring. We shouldn't be reading while we're hanging out. We should
Yeah.
already like hit the ground running somehow. Or someone should know and then explain it to us. But it's grown in popularity because of Stranger Things, which is kind of mind-boggling.
Didn't know.
Right?
Did they play that in the show?
Did you ever watch Stranger Things?
Like a couple episodes.
You're like an elitist, huh? You're one of those elitist guys.
Yeah.
You're like Kendall when he's like Dookie, Stranger Things, Dookie. Remember
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Shout out to all our Succession fans out there. The movie franchise, though, D&D.
Yeah.
There was like 3 movies or 4 or 5 movies that came out of Dungeons & Dragons. Do you have any knowledge on them? Me neither. All I know is that some of them went straight to DVD as they got worse and worse. And lastly, on D&D, since we have no expertise on the subject matter,
Yeah,
they're making a series on Paramount,
that's good.
but
It's like this.
it's from the guy that directed like the Rock movie, a Dwayne Johnson movie.
Oh,
He's the showrunner, and I'm like, all right, it's gonna suck.
what the heck? Is it based off this?
No,
Oh, I mean, I feel like this has good framework.
yeah,
You just be like, watch this. Make all your stories in this world,
yes.
and then you're
Well,
done.
the world that they're all gonna be in is the same world, but different characters.
Well,
most
yeah,
likely.
I'm okay with that. But I mean, like the tone of this movie,
Yeah,
like keep that.
I don't think this guy. I don't know.
We'll see. Who knows?
Who knows? Here on Believers with the Bros, we like to look at how the sausage was made. So let's look at how Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves was made. It's been in development since 2013. Legal issues abound. You know your boy from Magic Mike, Joe Magnilio? How do you say it?
Manganiello.
Oh.
I know.
Joey M.
Yeah.
Joey M. He's a big Dungeons and Dragons fan, and he wrote a script, but I don't think it went anywhere. Also, your homeboy The Rock, trying to
Make it.
get this movie off the ground.
He just wants he wants a franchise, huh? He wants to own
He's thirsty,
yeah,
and it's disgusting.
yeah.
Quench your thirst, The Rock. Quench your thirst.
You said it.
And then Lord and Miller, some of their writers were attached to this
Yes.
here and there, but ultimately they left the project. And the way Goldstein and Daly got this movie was they were like with an agent at a bar, and they're like, yeah, we just left the Flash because they're bitches over there. I'm like, well, we got a movie for you.
Dungeons and Dragons.
And here they are. Daly and Goldstein, they said they wanted to pay homage and keep it funny without being a parody.
Yes.
They pointed to movies called The Princess Bride.
Jesus Christ. You just name dropped that? With no warning?
Hope I get like 100 views just for saying that. Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
That's another 100 views you just cost us. But we're going to get 100 views.
Oh. Pee-wee's Big Event. Just kidding.
Okay, we lost 100 views there.
The Lord of the Rings and Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I can see that, especially Princess Bride and Monty Python. You ever watch Princess Bride?
Come on.
Because you're one of those guys that
I never watched it. I probably watched it.
Anxiety
in
attack.
parts.
Anxiety attack incoming. Give me like a belt so I can buy it on. Ivan, it's a 5 out of 5.
I believe you, but I don't care.
What if I say it's just your type of movie?
I'm sure I'll love it, but I don't want to watch it.
Why?
It's never come up.
You don't want to watch a Monster of the Day.
Is that how he talks?
Something like that, but
Feels racist.
it's horrible. No, it's not racist. He's French.
Never mind.
Ivan.
Yeah.
What'd you think about D&D Honor Among Thieves?
It's good.
Whoa. Okay, Greg. I mean, it's good.
It's good.
Okay. Dissect that.
It's good.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
It's good. It wasn't sarcastic.
Okay. I liked it. A perfectly good movie.
Yes.
Just like
Fun romp for all ages.
Yes. It's like, oh man, how did I say this? Shazam, you try to be what this movie was, and you failed.
Tell
him. Yeah, that's all I have. Yeah, like Shazam, you're a family movie, but you're not like selling us on all fronts. And this movie just like gives it to you. It gives you the humor. It gives you the action. It gives you the fantasy. It gives you the love story. It gives you the Moida. Joyzy Boygas. What else do you want?
Joyzy Boygas, Loidas.
I oughta. Oh man. The script, the acting, the pacing, they all hit their mark. It's funny too. I want to say it takes elements from like, obviously I said Princess Bride, and for you, you're a little dummy, and haven't watched it, you can't even speak on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Good point.
Great question.
But it also takes cues from like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
Crack up right now, just crack up, and Thor, like the later Thors,
Yes.
where like they're aware of the silliness,
Yes.
but they're also trying to play things straight down the middle when it can.
Yes.
And that's like, it's always bordering on parody, you know? But if you go on the parody side, you risk losing like your
Real
core
fans.
fan base, right?
Yeah.
And I think they did well with sticking with like just the mythos and the lore without having to be so heavy-handed, you know? Like they could have done like a Mandalorian and like, well, this is where this is, and this is why this matters so much, because this amulet belongs to this wizard, and this wizard has years and years of history. No, we don't care about that. They just say the names and they move on.
I think people are realizing, not normal people.
The AI algorithm is realizing.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
The people making movies are realizing we don't care about the lore of the tiny little tablet. Like, we get it.
Yes.
We understand what it is. Like, I'm seeing that more with other movies where they're like, or even shows where they're not having to explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think they're assuming people know things already. You know?
Yeah. And it's also like, in this world of fandom that we currently live in, you have to be smart about how you poop out your fandom. And
Like that.
yes, just like that. And this does it well. I'm assuming Super Mario Bros, the movie we're going to watch next week, does it well. Look at that little smirk. It's me, Mario.
Yahoo!
And John Wick did it well. Like the one, oh God, the one we just talked about,
Yeah.
John Wick. So it's just enlightening to see that.
Yes.
Also, this movie reminds me of, remember when we did our the greatest film series we've ever did?
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks,
Come
Robin
on.
Hood, Men and Thieves.
Changed my life. He's like the Elvis of comedy.
Yes, he is. Do you remember that movie?
Under
Men in Tights?
history? Oh.
Robin Hood?
Oh, yeah. A little bit, yeah.
Did it give you the same kind of vibes now that I'm mentioning it?
Yeah, like a little silly, but there's like a seriousness in the back,
Yes.
but still ultimately silly,
Correct.
whimsical.
And again, I have a note here, like, this is how you do IP movies. Detective Pikachu.
Jesus. You just name drop that.
Shout out to all my Poke heads out there. What are like Poke fanatics called?
Pokemon trainers.
Shout out to all my Pokemon trainers out there.
It's
Shout
the
out
most
to
respectful way to say it.
shout out to Detective Pikachu for being like a great movie, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm name dropping this, but it's just a great movie, and it's based off an IP.
Yeah.
And next week we're gonna watch Super Mario Bros. And from all accounts,
It's good.
it's a good movie.
It's good.
So it seems like we're turning. Like, how did I say this?
Tell him. Go ahead.
Marvel's
Don't hold back.
Marvel's effing up.
Oh. Hold back a little bit. No, Adrian. Look away, children and women. My God. I like how that was your reaction, just like like Venom or something.
I don't know what I'm doing, people. Just follow along. Marvel,
Yeah.
you're effing up.
Oh.
Take it from me, Adrian Eufracio. They're effing up,
Yeah.
and
Tell him.
people are getting smart.
Go ahead.
Business people are getting smart too.
Ooh.
You see John Wick. You see Detective Pikachu, even though that's 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Super Mario Bros. We're getting smarter. Marvel, you're getting dumber. Star Wars, you're getting dumber. Give us some light-hearted romps for all ages. What's a romp?
Like, hey,
Okay.
let's have a romp.
Here I have highest grossing films based on video games.
Tell me.
Can you guess the biggest movie ever
Pokemon.
based on a video game?
Prince of Persia.
Number 1, go.
Prince of Persia. No. Pokemon. Pokemon.
Which Pokemon?
Detective.
That's number 2. At number 1,
Hold on.
okay. You'll never guess.
Watch me. Doom. Oh.
Warcraft.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it was big like in China,
Oh.
and
that's
it
fine.
made like 25 million here. Warcraft made 439. But I have this list because it's interesting. This movie is essentially a game,
Mm-hmm.
not a video game, but it's a game,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think it's gonna crack probably the top 20 here.
Nah. What's the budget on this bad boy?
150, unfortunately.
150
Yeah, and it made 80
so far.
so far. But you have like Super Mario Bros. That's gonna make a jillion. So
I feel I kind of trust the nerds, the D&D nerds.
D&D nerds, Ivan, tell them.
You got this.
Okay.
They're like, got what?
uh,
My theater was a little packed, not like fully, but there's like more than I've seen for any other movie I've watched.
yes, mine was packed too.
Like packed, like in our times. Like
Yes.
I remember when movie theaters were packed.
Oof.
Like you were like, oh, I have to get there early to get a good seat.
Oh.
You're like, oh, okay, you sit over there. I'll sit over here.
Well, I think that's because like when we used to watch movies, it was always weekend movies.
I think even if I went for a weekend movie, it wouldn't be like I think
Crickets.
like a max of half.
Dude, you should try to watch Super Mario Bros. On like a Friday night or a Saturday night. There's gonna be so many kids there. Just imagine, but don't go to like the Dolby nice seats. Go with like
The
where you're
poor.
like sniffing someone's
Oh,
cologne.
nah.
That's gonna be insane. I kind of want that now.
I don't.
The only reason I don't do that is because my wife can't stand regular seats anymore. She became uppity, and now she can't sit without like that recliner, which I'm not mad at. Shout out to my wife.
Not mad at it at all.
Rampage
Yes.
is number 3. Shout out to
Rock.
Rampage. F that movie. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Uncharted, Angry Birds movie, Prince of
Oh, yeah.
Persia, Sonic the Hedgehog the original, Resident Evil the final chapter, Resident Evil Afterlife, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, Assassin's Creed, Need for Speed. I saw that movie. Kind of crazy, huh? The funny thing is, Super Mario's about to wreck shop and come in here and do some damage. But the point I'm driving at is like, with this movie and potentially Super Mario Bros. As well,
Yes.
are we gonna see a bigger influx of well done, good video game movies?
The Last of Us. Mic drop.
Wow.
Yeah. You got this. I think yes. I think now they're realizing. I don't think it's realizing. It's now they're getting people who know how to adapt it.
Yes.
Or before they're like, okay, here's the plot of Prince of Persia. Make this into a movie.
Let's get a white actor.
Yeah, that sort of thing. But now they're getting like the people who made it to be like, okay, tell me what makes Mario amazing.
Hmm.
And then they'll make sure to put that in the movie. That's what matters. If you get the soul of it, you know?
That and also being aware of the culture.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, like, when you watch a movie like Quantumania, you have no idea. Like, that's so insulated. It has no connection to the culture at all.
Like there's nothing we could grab from it where I'm like, oh, this speaks to my life. And so-
Correct. And it doesn't even have anything that's like, I don't know, that it feels like of today.
yeah.
But for some reason, this movie, even though it's set in the royal times of 1200, right?
Yeah.
It still feels like the tone of today,
Yes.
which is good. Ivan, Chris Pine,
Chris Pratt.
right?
Yes.
Is that his name?
Yes.
Okay, Chris Pine. He's a national treasure, isn't he?
That he is.
I thought you were gonna say daddy.
Daddy, daddy. Imagine, I just lose it. Daddy.
You just go insane for Chris Pratt. Daddy, daddy.
Grab the crowd. Daddy.
Oh man, charisma up the wazoo for this
Indeed.
fellow.
Indeed.
Underutilized much in today's day and age?
I don't know. I feel like after Star Trek, he was like, you know what? I made my franchise. I made my $1 billion.
Did he though? Did he make $1 billion?
I feel like he was up there. Maybe
Okay.
like 999 million.
He was so good in Star Trek. Just like him on the motorcycle. Remember that scene? It's like exactly how you reboot a completely different franchise. Anyways, he's good in this movie. He's very good looking. He's very funny. He plays he just does it so well.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle Rodriguez plays the dumb lovable character, and she does it well too. Oh, Ivan, difference of opinions do we have here?
No, she does it well. I'll leave it at that. You got this.
That being said, maybe she could add a little bit more, right?
I think she's
you're going to-
incapable of it.
Yeah. She has that one note feel, right?
Yes.
Who is like a bruiser of a woman, but can also be a little bit funnier than Michelle Rodriguez? Who would you recast?
They could have used the girl from Game of Thrones, the tall one.
Is she funny though?
She could be, yeah.
Okay. Holga. Yeah, she kind of looks like Holga.
I
But then
mean-
it's like super like, I guess Michelle's a bigger name maybe.
I mean, yeah. But I mean, who's watching this? Like, Michelle Rodriguez is in this?
There are people like that, but it's like 12 people in this
I
room.
think more people would say, like, oh, the Game of Thrones girl is in this.
Give me another. How about that one chick that was in Bridesmaids, the chubby girl?
Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah. What about her?
But she's not. She needs to be athletic too.
Okay.
This character. Ronda Rousey.
Oh, she would have dudded this. Michelle Rodriguez still in this damn game. Like she only has Fast Furious, but that thing has given her so much life.
I'm tired of that trailer. Like, poor Jason Momoa. Like, is his career gone? Poor guy.
I don't know. I think he's gonna be one of those guys that just like is gonna be
Cameo.
no like a Bautista. Just you're gonna count him out for dead, but he's just gonna keep coming back and keep doing good.
Poor guy.
But he's not gonna be like the guy.
Because he could have been.
I don't think so.
He could have been something. I think he got like dealt bad hands too many times.
What's the worst hand he's been dealt?
Aquaman.
What are you talking about?
Come on.
Aquaman was amazing.
Come on. Aquaman. No brainer.
That's like the best DC movie of all time. Okay, that's
Relax.
a stretch.
Relax. I was like,
I got excited.
he was good, but
No,
like,
that movie was good.
Yes, I'm saying. I'm sure he thought that was gonna be a lot more of Aquaman.
Do I look ridiculous right now?
No.
I just looked back and I was like, "Who's this
Take it back.
1970s?" Okay,
I look ridiculous.
sorry. Go ahead.
Momoa,
Waterboy.
Waterboy. I think he could have. I think he thought he was gonna be the Waterboy for a while, but he didn't expect the changes to be that much. Because you get Aquaman, I mean, you get Waterboy. You're like, oh, I'm kind of set.
Yeah.
He only had the one, and then he was like Waterboy for like 2 other like cameos.
Well, he's gonna have one more Waterboy.
Really?
Yeah, it's coming out this year.
When? Why?
I'm glad you asked, Ivan.
It's so random. It's like this year feels so soon. Like there's no trailer. Like a month ago, I saw the Blue Beetle poster at the theater. I'm like, I felt like I would have heard of this. Is this fake or something?
Did you watch the trailer?
Yeah.
We'll talk about it in a bit. Don't talk about it. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is gonna come out in December 20th of this year.
Oh,
The budget is 205.
who's the? Give me a grab. Like who's the villain?
Let's see.
Give me a word that I'm like, oh,
Patrick Wilson's back.
oh god.
Dolph Lundgren. Rocky Balboa.
What? Adrian.
Yeah, that's all I got for you.
All right, sure. It's probably not gonna be that good.
Why are we talking about this, man? Fast X. You excited for Fast X?
No.
Okay, me neither, but we're
Don't
gonna
make-
watch it.
No.
Reggae Jean. Reggae Jean
Yeah.
is a beautiful man,
Yeah.
and he's a black man.
And
So give him some respect.
okay.
I first saw him in Bridgerton, and I couldn't get my eyes off of him.
Jeez. Daddy.
He plays this part pretty well too. I love the no humor take. It's kind of like Drax from Guardians, where like they don't get what is it? Sarcasm. And you're gonna say something? Irony. And I also like the idea of like the character of Reggae Jean that he plays of I don't have his name. That he's like too good to be true. Like he's amazing looking. He super strong, and he's kind to people. That scene where he goes up to the guy and he gives him the money. He's like, what does he say?
I don't remember.
He's like, thank you, my friend.
Yeah.
It was
Perfect.
really funny. What I got here? Quill and Thor. Quill and Thor. Oh, yeah, and it kind of harkens back like the dynamic between Chris Pine and Reggae. Reggae. It's such a weird name. Their dynamic is like when Star-Lord and Thor were like hanging out,
Yes.
and Quill was trying to like one up him,
Yes.
and Thor's just like naturally a god, so you can't beat him. And that's why I go back to like those movies are kind of the template for this movie.
Yes.
Bradley Cooper.
Funny.
So
random. I was like, there he is.
Yes.
Greatest actor of our generation. There he is.
And playing it straight.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't trying to be funny. He was just like a small man.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yes.
Scenes that make this movie. That opening monologue from Chris Pine as his character, he's describing like why he's in jail.
Yes.
And him trying to like bide some time. That's basically like what the tone of the movie is from their point on. Is there a scene that you like in particular? The fat dragon.
I think that was probably like my most favorite. Just it was so like it's a different take. It's so fun.
And it's so easy. Like,
yeah.
Why has no one ever thought of this?
Yeah.
How many dragons have you seen?
Too many.
Why can't we have a fat dragon for once?
But
the chubbiest dragon. Come on, man.
And I just liked how much detail they put into like how he moved around because he was fat.
Yeah.
Like he was hanging at one point and you could see his like belly move around.
Yes.
And like rolls around to get things.
Yep.
Like he could barely fly.
Yeah.
Like, all those tiny things was just fun.
I love the scene when Doric, that shapeshifter girl, she goes into the castle.
Oh yeah.
And that escape sequence she has is very, very good. Like low key, one of the best action sequences I've seen in a bit.
Relax.
Reminds me of like Ant-Man at its best.
Sure.
When it plays with like its
size stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good. I love the castle entrance, like them trying to sneak into the castle, and using the portal. Like that's genius and something you don't see done often. And not using it as like a cheat code, right? Like it subverts us by it not being like what you think it is.
Right.
The right way to do it.
Yes.
And that made me think of like, wouldn't a Zelda movie with like good puzzles be just amazing?
It could be done too. I think like this really proves that it could be done. Like this has pretty similar looks to Zelda. I would.
Yeah. The tone.
I mean, it kind of depends on the Zelda.
True.
But it could be done.
I wouldn't want like a funny Zelda though. Like sure it could be funny, but a little bit more. Like I'm thinking of David Lowery, my boy, the Green Knight.
Oh, I think it can't be too whimsical though. Like he's a little too like, spacey.
Gotcha.
I think.
No, yeah.
Like
Rooted,
that, but dial it back, make it a little less, like left to metaphors and stuff.
Yes.
And then just keep like the look.
And puzzles.
Yeah.
Good puzzles.
Yes.
Like a good puzzle would be akin to like, remember with the movie that I recommended, The Sting, where you're like, how are they gonna get away with this? Like
Right.
something like that. Oh man, hire us, Nintendo and Illumination. Who would be the animations? Is there an animation? Is it animated movie Zelda or is it a live action?
I think live action is necessary. Who plays it? Timothy Chalamet as Zelda.
Oh my god!
Come on,
And Zendaya as
Link.
Okay.
Who plays Ganon? Josh Brolin. I don't know.
Adam Driver.
Okay. You know, he has kind of like the sharp looks of
Yes.
like Ganon.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
All right. Sure. Shave his head. Yeah.
Cell shaded. What version of Link? What version of Zelda do you want?
I think Twilight Princess would be
Okay.
like best to use.
Fair. This movie was the first movie I went to see with my daughter.
How'd she like it?
She slept the whole time like a baby. Literally like a baby.
Wow.
You're like, oh wow, that changes things. I took a photo. I'm gonna show it to her when she's
In the theater?
No, of me holding her and the poster behind us.
Oh, okay.
They had I wonder if they had it for you. The diced popcorn container, like a collector's edition of a popcorn container, like a 16-sided dice that I wanted to buy, but it was $35. Does that warrant my purchase of it?
Where are you going to put it? What are you going to do with it?
Just hold it here, like, hey guys, look at this. All right, trash.
I saw like a mug from like the bar. It was for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was like those barrel mugs.
Yeah.
Classic ones. $800.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, there's at least 8 people with that container of popcorn. And I'm like, how is there 8 people that bought this $35
They know, huh?
bastards? Ivan, before we rate this movie, is there anything else you want to say about Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves?
Let me think. Great question. Let me think.
Only the best here.
Yeah. I don't know. I think. Yeah, I have something.
Okay. All right.
You do. Yeah. I think with tech advancing, movies like this are like, imagine making this 20 years ago. This would have been what, 200 million, 300 million?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is kind of, I mean, I don't want to compare it to Lord of the Rings, but I think if you like spend an extra couple milli polishing this down to make it look like Lord of the Rings, it could be done. And during Peter Jackson's time, there's nothing like it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like the first one to do it.
Yeah.
But now that we have like his template and then this like proof of concept, even though it's not even concept, it's real. I think we're in a good place with like just churning out more movies that have like this much good CGI, this much like world made by computers.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel it in this movie where I'm like, oh, I can tell all of this is a green screen.
Right.
It felt pretty real.
Yeah, it did.
All the time. Whereas Ant-Man, I'm like, I know exactly where you are.
Yes. I think I wanted to talk about this later. I think we will. But with the advent of the novel AI chatbot, what is it? Chat GPT.
Oh.
That has sparked a bunch of new things. And I think as creators around the world are able to use AI, they're going to be able to basically have a machine create things for them at speeds once impossible.
Hitherto undreamt of.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
You finally did that thing where you're like, I'm going to start using words.
That was from Iron Man.
Okay.
I
Well,
stole that.
you suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's going to take some time, but little by little, bigger things are gonna be easier to do.
Yes.
Ivan, out of 5, come on. Out of 5 16-sided die?
That sounds like a math problem.
Yeah. 30. No, 5 times 16
Out of
is
5 booby trap treasure
80.
chests.
Out of 5 booby trapped?
Treasure chests.
Out of 5 booby trapped treasure chests of booty. How many booby trapped treasure chests of booty is this?
I give this 4 booby trap treasure chests of booty.
I gave this movie a 4.25 booby trap chest. No.
No.
We're going to the quantum zone. What is it? Booby trapped chests. Okay. 4.25 booby trapped chests of booty.
Yes.
4.25.
Okay.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
It's solid. It's like I went into it thinking like I don't really want to watch this. Like I don't really care for this type.
Yeah.
But then like the adventure drags you in whether you like it or not. Like you're like I'm going with it.
Yeah.
Even if you're like pouting.
Even like there's like a sad ending or like something sad's gonna happen at the very end of this film, and even though it wasn't close to getting me like teary-eyed, I was just like, oh, that kind of sucks. Like, and that just shows that
It was just like nice sadness. It
Yeah.
wasn't like the most tragic.
no. This movie knows what it's doing,
Yes.
and it's a good movie.
Yes.
Go watch it, people.
Yes.
Recommend.
Yes.
Eufracio, 3 thumbs up. Ivan, the next movie is Super Mario Bros. The movie.
Huh.
On pace to make 150 million
Jesus.
first week. Expectations?
A fun romp for all ages. It was gonna be fun. Like I don't think it's gonna be anything groundbreaking, but I think I'll watch it and be like, yep, this is what makes Mario so great.
Yep.
They'll like capture all those moments.
My only like worry, and it's kind of like a nitpick, is that it seems like they're tossing too much into it. Like it has Mario Kart stuff.
Yeah.
And I would say like to increase the longevity and make it like introduce new cool things. Maybe not
Hold on.
blow your load in the first one.
This is the first movie for the Mario multiverse. There's gonna be, imagine Fast and Furious, Mario Kart. Like they're gonna do that. Like races. They're gonna, and then you know how Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
But like the first like 3 or 4, not what it is.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, not 25.
Or maybe eventually it'll turn into that.
Double
That'd be funny.
Dash, Mario Kart, Double Dash.
Yes.
Mario Kart. No, Mario Tennis. Mario Strikers. Mario RPG.
You could.
Luigi's Mansion.
Come on. It writes itself.
It literally already wrote itself.
ChatGPT.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, I don't want to take my wife to watch this movie because I feel like she's just going to roll her eyes the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe she'll like it.
I think it's a cute movie.
Hey, if she likes it, I'll give it a 0.25 higher.
Wow.
Because she liked this movie. She's like, this movie was actually good.
Yeah.
Compared to, what did I watch with her?
The Whale.
She loved The Whale.
Oh.
No, like Quantumania, she's just like,
Oh.
get this shit out of here. Ivan, it's time for Section Called.
Things and such.
I'm going to toss some names and you just tell me, huh? Or, eh. Secret Invasion.
Huh?
Interested, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So you are interested?
A little bit.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Did you see the trailer?
It's Nick Fury. Nick Fury, Adrian. Nicholas J.
Oh, okay.
Fury.
When you add that J.
Yes. I probably won't watch it, but it looked interesting. It looked like Winter Soldier, which was good. I'll wait till like if the reviews are good, then I'll watch it.
Yeah,
And-
to me it just looks so basic.
Yeah,
But maybe it's like you said, like
maybe it's like a good basic thriller,
yeah.
sort of thing.
Hopefully.
Like,
Hopefully
What?
it's not like a straight to DVD type of movie.
yeah, but I'll wait. I can wait.
Blue Beetle.
Is that
Interested?
good? Okay. Yes.
Eh,
Yeah.
no. Is yeah, you're interested. Nah. Is like next.
Eh.
Blue Beetle.
Eh.
You're interested?
George Lopez.
Oh, God. Jesus, you animal.
It's kind of weird how like it's been this long for him to be in a Marvel movie. Like he could have been. I don't know.
I mean, do you really care if George Lopez is in a Marvel movie?
But he's like a pretty famous face. Like he's probably
You're a famous face. You deserve to be in a Marvel movie.
I think he's one of the most famous Mexicans in America. Would you say?
Behind me, yeah.
Obviously.
Ivan, this movie looks like it looks fine, but let's not watch it. You're not gonna. It's for kids. Like we're out of this.
I'm a kid.
We're out of this demo.
I'm a kid.
I'm a big kid now. What is that from?
Sesame Street.
Okay, what's that?
I don't know. Don't you know?
The only thing I like about this trailer is I just want to.
Oh yeah, that's the only part I didn't like.
Oh, you son of a gun!
I liked his power. It looked interesting and fun. And then he had like that blade from like Final Fantasy VII. He's like, you can think of anything and I'll make it.
Ivan, don't! You're falling into the trap. You are a kid, goddammit. Okay, moving on. Extraction 2. Have you seen the first one?
No.
You'll like it.
No.
It's like John Wick. Okay.
I hate that the military gritty style, like
I hear you.
move in, kill the target. I don't like that.
But he has like PTSD. It's like aware of that.
Well, I hope he dies in this movie.
All right. Wow. Killers of the Flower Moon and Napoleon, both owned by Apple. And, good news, going to theaters. Apple saying, F that. We have so much money. We don't care if it comes to Apple TV Plus. We're going to put it straight in the theaters. We're going to do things the right way.
Who's directing those?
Glad you asked. Killers of the Flower Moon, starring
Scorsese.
Leo, directed by Scorsese. Napoleon, starring tip of my tongue. Joker.
Oh, the kid?
What?
Oh, Joaquin Phoenix?
Joaquin Phoenix,
Oh.
starring Joaquin Phoenix, directed by
Dennis?
Ridley Scott.
Okay. I don't know. I don't trust.
Father, son, House of Gucci.
I don't fully trust Ridley,
With Napoleon?
especially.
Jesus, man. But the point is,
Yes.
theaters, Apple. They're buying the movies and they're putting it in theaters,
This
and then they put it Apple
Haven't
TV.
I been talking about this?
Yes, you have.
I've been saying, like, cut out the middleman. Studios, big studios.
But they're
Shut up! Don't
Okay.
make me wrong
Okay.
for once in your life. I'm just glad, like, Netflix and Apple and all these people.
But they're not. It's only Apple.
But it's like stepping stone. Like, once Apple does it, that's like, I guess we can do it, fellas.
Yeah, you're right.
Which is good.
Shout out to Apple,
Hmm.
the greatest brand of all time.
Imagine like 20 years in the future. There's
Okay.
no AMC. It's Apple theaters. Just like the Apple with like a little cinema thing on the Apple logo.
Keep
like,
going.
And then you just log in with your phone. You just have like unlimited movies that come with your iPhone. Like, oh, you walk in. Like, I think I'll watch.
So this is like Whole Foods with like Amazon,
Yes.
or like their Amazon Fresh stores.
Yes.
But instead of groceries, you're eating media, baby.
Yes. And you go, like, you don't talk to anyone. You just walk in. Like, at home, you're like, I'll watch this at 8. And then you do that. And that's all you have to do. You walk in, go to your theater, you're done.
Excuse me, can I have a burger at the AMC theaters? Here you go. Apple Pay. Cling. It just like connects.
And they have a little dock here. And then it uploads, like, you know how they do that sometimes, like a little app? Like, here's the Apple app. What would you like to eat?
Oh, yeah.
Would you like to change any scenes of this movie?
Okay.
You're like, yeah.
Okay.
That was tangent.
I get excited. Calm down.
It's not real, Adrian.
Okay, it's not real. Ivan, let's move on. Harry Potter, the
Yeah.
show.
Yes. Huh?
Yes. HBO is in talks with the Harry Potter franchise people, aka J.K. Rowling. Shout out to her. She isn't bad person. I'm on that bandwagon. Anyways, Harry Potter, the show, coming to HBO. They're gonna redo every book. Every book is gonna be a season. What are your opinions on that?
I don't know. Like, it was already done. Like, what else do we need?
But the movie didn't go into all the details.
We don't care about the details. We already know about how it works. It'll probably be good, but I don't know.
I wonder how they'll do it too, cause like Harry Potter, like they'll have to get a young kid again.
It'll be
like-
aging fast.
Yeah, they'll be aging fast.
I mean, a year, a season. Start them at 10.
No,
7 seasons.
get the same actors. Okay, hear me out.
Daniel?
Use the facial recognition and shit.
No.
Have kid act. You know. Okay, bad idea. Anyways, moving on. Heat 2.
What the? By Michael Mann?
Yes.
All right.
Remember the?
I said all right.
You're not even done.
Oh.
Robert De Niro character.
Yeah.
Imagine him as a young man, played by
Timothy?
Adam Driver.
Is that true? Is this true? Adrian?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh my God. That's good.
Shout out to our boy Adam Driver.
He better be like insane. Like, I'm thinking like he was
Well-
kind of like in his retirement phase, so he wasn't like crazy.
Yeah.
10 years earlier, he should be like, poo, poo, John Wick, poo, 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 poo. Take the money, go. Like, I want to see that.
And you know, like the reason why he was so like mellow in the movie is because he had some crazy things that happened to him in the past.
Yes.
Like he learned from his experience. His wife probably died tragically at the hands of some
For sure. Hopefully.
Val Kilmer.
Dead.
Okay, good. Last thing on Things and Such, Jonathan Majors. He disappointed us.
He beat the allegations. It was fake.
Hold. What do you know?
I heard he was in a club and then a woman accused him of like hurting him. And then later it came out that he made the phone call to 911 about this woman or something about the situation. And then later the woman said she made it up.
I haven't. There's nothing here that I see yet, but take your word. It's crazy, huh? How our heroes can get torn down, but maybe we shouldn't have heroes.
Only villains.
Shout out to Blonde, the movie. It all comes back around. Ivan, it's time for a section called What's on the Telly? Succession, Season 4, Episode 2. We watched it.
Yeah.
Opinions?
It's a little setup episode, I feel.
Okay. It is.
I think.
I have like critiques.
Okay,
on it.
what's Kendall doing? He's bombing this, right?
No. He wants to prove that he still has it.
Uh-huh.
So the point is everyone wants to prove that they still have it.
Yeah. No, but
And they were gonna buy. They were out of the loop. They were
Yeah.
out of it. They didn't have to get back with into issues with their dad.
yeah.
But they all got back into it for different reasons.
Mhm.
Kendall, because of Skarsgård,
But why?
because he's like, I'm gonna beat you down if you fight me.
So he took that as a challenge?
Yeah, he's like, no, I can still do this.
That's stupid then.
That's what I'm like. This is my critique with this. So there's that. There's Shiv trying to get back at her dad
Mm-hmm.
and her husband by teaming up and trying to make even more money.
Mm-hmm.
And Roman getting back with his dad, basically, kinda. For the only reason is like that he's probably like the best son, like
Yeah.
the most normal son.
Yeah.
And I feel like this goes to the critique that you have with Euphoria, where it's like they're just doing things for action.
Mm.
Like they're doing things, and it's still good, but it's frustrating that they're kind of like going back in a cycle just to rehash the story.
But I mean, I haven't watched Euphoria, but I feel like it's kind of realistic, just because I think these super broken people would, since they never get any help in any way, they're just gonna keep doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, I can say that. Yeah, I can see that. But
But
it's like you're so close. You're gonna start your own thing, and then you're like, "No, we want more money." Like,
Yeah, in the end, these people aren't good people. Like, they're not heroes. Nobody in this
correct.
show is a hero
Correct.
besides Greg. Disgusting brothers. I thought Kendall, when he got that call, he was like, "So I can actually destroy this for everyone," and he got like excited.
No,
I thought he was gonna nuke it. Just
no, because like
with his dad.
in this season, he's been the most like mellow out of everyone.
Yeah.
He's very chill. He even, I love the quote. I'll say it later, but he's very chill. I don't know. I still love this show, and it was a great episode. Like, it was very action packed and riveting, but it just, to me, feels like too set up to. It seems like it's reaching out of its boundaries to make it more entertaining.
I trust it still.
Me too. That being said, the speech that Logan gives,
Oh yeah.
that was very good.
Yes.
Carrie as an anchor. The Carrie, his assistant,
Oh yeah.
as
yeah,
an
yeah.
ancher
Yes.
is
That was
funny. Yeah.
Remember when they're like laughing and then like they pulled up the laptop and it was just her. On
Yeah.
Like, let me quickly.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
That was good. Also, the fact that no one can be honest to Logan is infuriating.
Yeah. I feel like if I was there, I'd be like, Logan, this is what's happening.
It is kind of like a disease, though, because, like, remember when Logan was saying, like, is 15 equal to 40?
Yeah.
And the guy's like, what? Like, you know what the answer is, but you're so scared that you can't answer it.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. I love that, like, that idea.
I think that's what's gonna make him fail. Like, nobody talks to him at all now.
Yeah. Except for Greg now. I mean, Tom.
Roman.
Tom is the first one that told him something for reals.
When
he was like, let's put Carrie, the anchor, your assistant, far away. And he's like, oh, yeah, that is smart.
But that was after, like, Logan was like, what do you think about Carrie? And then, like, winking.
True. But now it looks like he might be shifting to being like a more
talkative,
straight up guy. We'll see.
Yeah.
But that was the first time he was actually straight. I love the bachelor party idea for Connor. And it's like the wackest bachelor party and most depressing bachelor party, but it was fun. And then Logan being human finally.
Disgusting.
The quotes I have here when Kendall's like, yeah, you just gotta let it go, and then Roman's like, hey Buddha, nice Tom Ford.
Oh yeah.
I cracked up with that. I like when he's like, yeah, I love you, but you're not serious people. That's classic. I want to get that as a shirt.
I love you, but you're not serious people.
Yeah. And the scene when he's like, Logan's at Waystar, and he goes into the office and he's like, why am I looking at all this pizza? It's killing me. Just like micromanagement, and he's dying without his kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. I love that idea. But I love the show. To me, it's super entertaining, but I don't feel like it's rooted in truth now.
Okay.
Any opinions other than that?
No, I mean, I'll just decide when it's done.
That's fair. That is fair. Ivan, there's a real life succession happening though. WWE.
Bought by UFC.
No. That's what the headlines try to make it seem
parent
like.
Company.
Yeah. The parent company bought it, and the parent company owns UFC.
Yes.
But it's amazing because like the family, the McMahons, are basically like the Roys.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have Vince, who like never wants to let go of his power, never gives people power to go over him.
Mm-hmm.
And he has his daughter, like be part of the show, and his
Shiv.
and the daughter's husband is part of the show.
Mm.
And right now the husband is in like as an executive, and the his wife is gone.
Mm. So it's really Succession.
Yeah. And there's always like there's this aspect of wrestling where like who decides who wins, right?
Yeah.
And it comes down to like to a team of writers.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if
Vince.
Vince doesn't like it, he's like, no, I still want this guy.
Yes.
So it could go all to shit if they have like a whole season planned.
Uh-huh.
But he's like, no, I have a gut feeling, and my gut feeling is that this guy should be. And that's why a lot of fans get mad at wrestling when it's like they don't give what the fans want. They give what he
Vince.
wants. And it's because of he thinks it's like a good business decision.
Right.
It's kind of crazy.
What do you think is going to happen to him?
He will never die. He's
Sure.
he is the bull in the china shop.
Immortal.
He's a fucking beast. Ivan.
Yeah.
What are you watching?
Breaking Bad.
Any updates regarding that?
I'm on the last season.
Getting good?
Been good, man.
You said the first ones were corny, but
where you been?
has it just like,
Come on, don't talk to me.
is it really, really good? Please, Ivan. I'm trying to talk to you.
Oh, okay.
This is a podcast, by the
My
way.
bad, I forgot. I think it was kind of corny in the first season, but I don't know if it's because I'm watching it now. But there's moments where I'm like, Jesus, like he just did that.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's just how good they write it. Because obviously it's slightly unrealistic. Like there's a lot of moments where it's like this, like a million things had to have gone right for this to actually happen. But if you just let go of that, because they kind of address it at points. There's a moment where two people meet at a bar, and then later that both characters realize like how important they are. Or one character realizes how important that guy was. He's saying like, what are the odds that I was in the same bar as this guy who's this and this? It's like the odds are astronomical. And he's like a super genius or whatever, Walter White.
Hmm.
And it just well written. It's a good show. And it's scary. Like there's moments where I'm like I felt like fear for like just a flash. It's good. You should watch it.
Better than Better Call Saul?
It's different. Better
Than Better Call Saul, yes or no?
No, for me.
But what type of person would like Breaking Bad over Better Call Saul?
The action. There's a lot more action in Breaking Bad. Better Call Saul is more like relationship, like Succession. Like you're there for like the
Mad Men.
Yes. There's still some action, but Breaking Bad has way more in every way. Every way.
What else are you watching?
That's it.
All right, that's it for What's on the Telly. You ready for Really Be Bussin'? Listening to anything?
No.
I listened to the Hit Boy album. It was decent.
Hit boy.
I don't like his ad-lib.
What is it?
I think it's like, Hit Boy on the beat.
I don't know.
It's just not that good. The album was good. Am I going to listen to it again? Probably not.
It's so sad. Like, he just spent years on this or something.
Oh.
Like, just one guy's like, am I going to listen to this again? No. I don't like it. It's just insane, like, to put out work like that and then just have people say, like, it's not really anything special.
Yeah, it's sad.
I'm not, like, saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, like...
And I am probably wrong. Because, like, maybe it's not special for me, but it's special for some other kid.
Hope not.
Why not? Jesus. Some kid deserves to be happy.
But I don't think, like, what does it... He's not Kanye. You know?
But I think that's very reductive thinking, Ivan. You need to...
But, like, is some 16-year-old kid going to listen to this? 10 years pass. He's like, wow, that Hit Boy album.
Yeah. So maybe.
That was my childhood.
Yeah.
You think that album's capable of that reaction?
I think almost any album can do that.
I hope not.
Keep hoping.
Okay,
You're using a lot of hopes.
my bad.
Yeah, I mean, like, same thing was said for a bunch of different albums that I probably loved, and like, hope no one really listens to this
But there's
Carter
some where,
3
like,
album. It's trash.
There's some albums where I'm like, this means a lot to me, but I also know like, oh, it's not really anything special. I also know it's like,
It's a vibe, though.
yeah. But I'm just saying.
We're just old, Ivan. We're just old. And we're not into music like we were. Because I don't even know, like, what's going on in hip-hop.
Nothing.
But I don't think that's true.
I think it's true. Like, there's nothing. No, Adrian, come on. I was kidding. You're like, everything's going on in hip hop, actually.
That being said, Ivan, let's move on. We're not the ones to talk about hip-hop. We're the ones to talk about games.
Gamers.
I cringe.
It gets better each week.
I've been playing Persona 5.
Okay. Yeah.
You know why? Because, like, I've been talking about all this shit about Switch, about PS5, about Xbox Series X. I'm like, I got a PS3 console right there. I have games on it. I should play that game. I never played Persona 5. I had it there. I bought it like a year ago, and I never played it. So now I'm going to play it for the sake of all humanity. And guess what? It's good. I'm just gonna keep playing it because like I'm in the very beginning. I put like 5 hours in right now, and I feel like I'm not even in the phase where I'm like shooting all the guns and all the ammo that I have. I'm just like dissecting the story.
The castle, the first one.
No, I'm about to do that right now.
That's like the intro. After
Yes.
that's like, once you beat that, then you have a full taste of the game.
Yep.
Everything else is just like more of this, more of that.
Right.
It's stronger.
I do like the idea of like boosting my stats.
Gamers.
No, like all the like social stats.
Oh yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
You playing any games?
Just Minecraft.
How's that going?
It's pretty good. I'm not spending a lot of time, but I'm just planning things. It's a long process.
Is planning take that long?
Um.
Oh, but like if you're creating stories in Minecraft, it is, right?
Yeah, but even like building, cause I like to build things in there, but I don't have any like artistic background in building, so I'm more like I imagine what I would want, and then like I start it, and then I think this doesn't look as good, and then I edit it, and then like just back and forth.
Do you use references?
No, not yet, but I'm gonna start watching videos.
Or what about like an image of bad example, but like the Disney castle if you want to build a Disney castle?
It just doesn't translate unless I think eventually if I'm like really good at building, I could see that and like, oh, I know how to translate that to Minecraft. But I have to watch like
more basic stuff.
Yeah, like Minecraft builds that
Gotcha.
look like Disney castles, not Disney castles.
I had like to the point of you said technology getting better, and I said AI helping with that, right? Yeah. I've had ideas of like creating video games before and now, and like the idea of creating a game is very daunting because of all the things that go into it, and using an AI to help me makes it a little bit more realistic. And the way there's been like talk about how like a lot of developers are gonna go out of jobs because of AI, right?
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is like it's not necessarily true because you can tell AI to build you something, but it won't build it in the most robust way.
Yeah.
So it takes someone knowledgeable. Like you basically have to have the correct commands to tell it.
Yeah.
And the commands you only know the commands based off like your knowledge of how to make a very robust application.
From what? Because I've been messing with AI for like writing stories.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been trying to figure out how like its mind works, so I can like best like talk to it.
Yes.
Like I give it prompts, and then like the stories it turns out are like once upon a time this, and it's like the most basic stuff ever. But if I'm like super specific with the prompt, like I need this first person, I need like this is the plot,
Yep.
I need this story beat, and then like I basically write it super horribly first, just like plot points.
Yes.
And then it could be close to churning out what I want.
Yep.
But even after that, like I read it and it doesn't sound like something I would write. So like I even have to like I'm more editing than writing.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is I give it the prompt, and then I write like a couple starter sentences where I feel like this is pretty close to what I want in the thing.
In the tone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then it combines all that, and then it makes the story I want. And then from there I still have to edit it down, because like sometimes it uses words that I'm like, this isn't really what I wanted there.
Yeah.
Or they use like more like once upon a time or super
Yeah.
overused phrases and stuff.
Interesting.
So, like when I hear like developers or anyone saying like AI is gonna take their stuff, like you would have to, it's like a whole nother skill to be able to use AI to do exactly what you want. Because even with like crafting like the perfect prompt for it, I still have to like curate everything it makes.
Yes.
Because it's not technically great.
Yes.
It just has good bones, but I have to like really like cut it out and fix it and move things around.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's not good with like things that haven't been made. Like you can't tell it like if you want something where you haven't seen it done before, or
Originals.
yeah, or you want something very specific done that doesn't make sense for like I was writing a story where like the end is kind of, there's no resolution, and it was like the point of it, like it's supposed to leave you like wanting more, but not, it's supposed to make you feel like unsatisfied.
Yes.
Like, oh, that was kind of a jerk move.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. But then I like feed that story through the AI, and I ask it to like analyze it and figure out like, how can I improve? How can I do this? And sometimes it says like, oh, well, the ending has no good resolution, but like I can't tell it. I could tell it. I can't really tell it that that's the point, because
You can't say I want the ending to have no resolution.
I mean, I like it's done. The story I wrote it, and then it has no resolution, like purposefully.
Yeah.
And then I feed it, and then I
Yes.
tell it to analyze it.
Yes.
And it says there's no resolution.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
Like it could tell you opinion of itself, but
Yeah, but I'm saying like it has a lot of those moments where it's like you don't know the full story, sort of thing.
It doesn't understand. Well, it doesn't understand art,
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't understand like,
an artistic vision.
yeah, but it's a good workhorse.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think of the scarier thing for me too is like it's not good yet. Like certain things are not good yet, and these things, especially since it's technology and internet based, it'll grow so rapidly. So, but I do like to think of it as like a buddy that's like on your shoulder and just like super smart and has all the data, just kind of like a robot.
And I think people are scared to use it because they'll think like, oh, this isn't me. Like they did all the work.
Yeah.
But you look at directors, they don't edit every shot. They don't do all this. Like you can rationalize anything anyway, but you're kind of limiting yourself if you think like you shouldn't use it. Because I imagine that like when like the typewriter first came out, people were like, oh, it's not the same as writing. Like
right.
Writing's natural. Like you should do it by hand. Doing a typewriter, that's too fast. That's cheating. And I imagine there's like a ton of examples of history.
You're trying to use a screwdriver. You're trying to use a power tool to screw a screw.
Mm-hmm.
Use your hand, you wimp.
Yes. Exactly. And I think those people who are like scared to use tools because it feels unnatural, they're gonna get left behind. Because like, what's the worst case scenario? We're gonna get good games. Now. We're gonna get good movies faster. You know, because that's all it does. It makes it faster to get these things out.
Yeah. More content, baby. Do we need more content?
More good content.
Got him. Ivan, any parting words for the beautiful people? Any last things you want to say?
No.
Well, we will be back next week with Super Mario Bros. The movie. We're excited. Do we have any Do we have Mario merch?
Yahoo!
Oh, okay. That's it. So we'll be back next week. Take a look at that. Get ready for that. Peace out.
Bye.